Hello writers, let's continue writing our Cinderella folktales today. So, as we've talked about many times now, most Cinderella folktales contain the same components of a story, including main character, villains, all the things that are on our pre-write. And we're going to continue on to our next one today, focusing on the lost thing part of the story. So on your pre-write, we're going to be working on the lost thing portion of your pre-write. So I find it's always helpful to review the previous portions of the pre-write. So far in our story, the teacher's version of a Cinderella folktale, our main character is Octorella, who's a goofy octopus that lives in the ocean. The villain is Octorella's neighbor, the sassy starfish, who often uses red words. The big event that the characters attend is a concert put on by a school of fish. The fairy godmother or character with magic that comes to help the main character get to the event is a magic shark who magically gives Octorella a crown. And so today, or I guess a fancy outfit including a crown, today we're going to work on the lost thing portion. So I remember that when Miss C wrote last, Octorella had already attended the School of Fish concert and was preparing to leave, and that's usually in the story when the lost thing happens, when the main character loses some important part, usually part of the magic that the fairy godmother character gave them. And that's the direction that I decided to go in. So in my mind, the most important part of Octorella's magic outfit was the crown, the sparkly crown. So I decided that's going to be the lost thing. When Octorella leaves the concert, they're going to lose the sparkly crown. And so I just need to come up now with the just right words to tell my reader that that's what happens, that when Octorella leaves the concert, they lose their crown. In fact, I think those might be the just right words. So I used those words. When Octorella left the concert, they lost their crown, and I wrote them onto a paper with finger spaces and uppercase and lowercase letters, and drew an illustration with details that matched. So I'm going to show it to you now, and you'll notice a sticky note. We're going to read it twice, and I'll tell you about this why the sticky note is there on the second time. But the first time, we're just going to read the words as they're written, and you can read with me if you'd like. Starting with the word when. Ready, set, read. When Octorella left the concert, they lost their crown. So I felt good about that, and looking at the illustration, I made lots of details that matched. I have underwater details with the sand and the shell and the seaweed, and then I have character details. I have the sassy starfish we know is at the concert, and then just some other ocean creatures that I drew to be at the concert, a turtle and a whale. I showed at the School of Fish, and I used musical notes within a speech bubble to show that a concert was happening. And then as Octorella was leaving, I did this kind of dotted line with spirals in it to show, oops, the crown came off Octorella's head and floated to the sea, the bottom of the sea. And I went ahead and put a couple of sort of pink sparkles around the crown because I know it's a sparkly crown. The shark that gave it to Octorella was magic, so it makes sense that it would sparkle. So, in fact, that's why I went ahead and added the sticky note here, because my brain remembered as I was adding the sparkles around the crown what Miss L taught me when we were writing our personal narratives, that if we include descriptive words from our heart, body, and brain that really tell the reader what things looked like, sounded like, smelled like, or if they what they felt like, or how they made us feel, those are kinds of descriptive words that help the reader be more interested in the story. So I thought that I should actually tell my reader that the crown was sparkly, and I used a caret to insert the word sparkly so that now when my reader reads it, they'll know it's a sparkly crown. So now we can read it with the word sparkly with that descriptive word added. Ready, set, read. When Octorella left the concert, they lost their sparkly crown. I hope that makes my reader more interested to understand that the crown is sparkly. It makes them more excited about the crown and more interested in making sure that Octorella retrieves it. So that's my lost thing page that I've added to the teacher Cinderella folktale. Your job today is to plan and write your own lost thing page, perhaps including some descriptive words to make it more interesting for your reader.